Hi, my name is Renee, and this is my presentation for the Automoblocks cars. And so here are a few examples of the cars. Oh wait, hold on, let me do this.
Slideshow,
Yeah,
up there, slideshow. From the beginning, there you go.
okay. So here are the cars. This is a side view of one of the sketches that I did, and then we have the front and the back views. Then this is the CAD Model Representation. I had a bit of trouble embossing the words in the front because it's a curved face. It wouldn't really let me do it, or like I didn't have the right plane to do it on.
How did you resolve that?
I didn't. There's no words.
Oh, okay.
But like with the lights, before it wouldn't let me do a sketch onto the curved surface, so I put a plane that you can see, this plane over here. I put that there, and it allowed me to, extrude two ovals, so to make the lights.
Okay, did you have to put the plane in front of the curved surface, or does it really matter?
Well, yeah, I put it like in, so
Okay.
that as you can see, like it comes out more here than down there, because it's a sloped face.
Yeah,
If I put it in the front, then it would have just looked awkward.
okay,
So yeah, so I put it like inside the car.
okay.
Okay, so the body of the product contains like horizontal lines, which create like a sturdy looking object, and there's a very balanced contrast between the colors. Like the body is brown and made of wood, and all the interchangeable parts are made out of the plastic and the color that you get with each car. The texture is smooth. It's plastic and smooth wood.
What was the overall purpose, you think, of the manufacturer in making that type of texture?
Safety. If little children are playing with it, you don't want sharp objects that they can harm themselves on, and also simplicity. It looks sleeker to have a smooth surface as opposed to like complicated designs and everything like that. And it just makes it easier to interchange between the different models because they're all matchable to each other.
And the fact that it's made out of wood also has somewhat of a nostalgic value to it, because adults that buy this for their children will remember how when they were little they used to play with toys that were made out of wood.
And I feel like it also adds value to the toy because, these days you buy a toy car and they're mostly plastic.
All right.
So if you have something wood, it adds a little bit of like speciality to the toy.
Okay, let's talk about the environmental impact, folks,
Of
of
this.
something that's like this Automoblocks, as opposed to something, Rodrigo, that you would make out of plastic. What implications are there?
Honestly, I'm not green enough to know these things.
Uh-huh.
They use
Yeah.
wood.
Certainly.
No, I know, I would, none of them are environmentally friendly, really. For one, you need to take a tree down, and for the other one, you need to create a lot of waste.
Right, and interesting point. Interesting point. Even when you recycle something like newspaper, you have to chemically treat the newspaper to separate the ink from the paper, and then you have to.
For a toy, outright. Right?
Yeah.
What a waste of
Right.
the world.
So things to consider: environmental impact, which also has as its foundation an ethical dimension when it comes to engineering, right? What is the ethical obligation of an engineer when they're designing something like this?
Money.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, this is just more features of the product and how like one can use it.
Okay.
And yeah, it just shows like the things that greater functions. One of the complaints that I have about this product is that basically all it can do is roll on its wheels,
Okay.
which is, I guess for a toy that's good, but I think kids would get bored of that eventually. And also to just add more parts, because you can only interchange the parts one or two times before you've done them. You've pretty much like made a car, and I thought about the cost of it, and I think it's a good cost. I mean, they're not making, top quality wood. It's like, I'm sure it's cheap wood and it's plastic, so the cost is good. And I think if they make more parts, maybe they could make real cars that are in real life, so people could collect them, like how they have the die-cast model cars.
Right.
But maybe to like add more things that you can do with it, so that older people can also play around with them too.
Okay. Questions, folks? Questions on this? Okay.
Did you enjoy doing the inventor model? Did you learn a lot?
Yeah, that was good. That was fun.
Now, minimize the presentation. Minimize that. And then run the actual, the browser. Okay, now click play on that video, and then maximize it. I want to capture the stress analysis on this device. Notice, folks, we have to tweak a few components here, right, in our stress analysis. We have to assign a material. In this case, you decided, Renee, to do burst wood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you have to set constraints. We have to figure out some fixed positions here. Afterwards, we have to determine how much of a load we're going to be placing on this object. And probably the best place to do a force load would be on the top part of that plastic dome, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we create force load. We figured 15 pounds would be a good testing amount, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Did you destroy the car?
let's take a look. Let's see what happens.
It's the average
put a-
weight of a toy, 15 pounds. The average
Well, no,
weight of
the
the average
downward force
that a
that
baby can
that a
put on
little
the car.
kid, right, would put on that part of the car, right? After the mesh view here, just another type of view. I mean, you can actually do the simulation like this, but we click on mesh view so that we could see the stress areas a little better.
Yeah.
You might have to just wait a little bit in order for the mesh to be calculated.
Or you can also skip in the video.
Yeah, but we're not going to.
So we understand how slow it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's that noise? Like,
Twitter.
It's taking ages.
Okay, there you go. Now we do the actual simulation, okay?
and it's all Bridgewood, so according to that then. Right.
I think at this point,
Computer froze.
no. No, now we're gonna go back to the simulation. There you go. Right there, that little area right there.